And for the first time in a couple of weeks, that's true. Yes. Here we are, Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Good morning and a happy Monday to you. It is 6:06, January the 5th of 2026. First time I've said that out loud.
Oh, shoot. I have the date wrong.
Uh-oh.
I put 2025.
Well, you were way
It's
off.
2026.
You're way off.
This is worse than writing checks.
I
It
had
really is.
to write a couple of checks, and I had to write them to 2026. I was kind of like, oh, here we go. Look at this.
Oh.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
12 days off. Let's see if we can remember how to do the job.
I don't remember how.
I recall almost nothing.
Yeah.
Almost nothing from the job. We're on
Yeah.
TV. Do you remember that?
Yeah, YouTube TV.
How about that?
That's right. Real
Yeah.
Talk 99.5 TV.
that's right.
That's where you go.
Just go to YouTube and look that up, and you can watch us do a radio show, which is
Maybe a little
really
boring to
oh
you.
no, it's exciting. It's like watching grass grow. It's
a
about as
little like
thrilling.
that.
It's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Steve West is in the house. You never really left, did you?
Steve!
No, not really. I
Okay.
mean, I had a bunch of days off, but not last week.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
I must know, how did you like the Christmas present?
I loved it very
thought-
much. That's fantastic.
Thought you might.
Do tell.
He found a poster of the Star Wars, the infamous Star Wars holiday special.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the newspaper ad
Yeah.
from the holiday special, full size, not a full size page. It was about a quarter page ad that somebody cut out and made a copy of, obviously, and put it in a frame. And I was like, Steve is going to love this. This is right up his alley.
Right up
And,
his alley. Yep.
Yeah, man, it was wonderful. We'll get into more stuff about Christmas and the holidays and everything we just went through. In the meantime, oh my gosh, I have 26 trees I have to take down.
Oh, no, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not you today.
Well, we start tomorrow, and it's basically a desantification process.
Uh-huh.
You start. The last thing I put up was the garland.
Uh-huh.
So that's
That'll
the
be the
first
first
thing
thing
that comes
coming down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we remove the ornaments, and
Right.
then we remove the lights, and then we pack up the trees, and yeah, a little at a time. You know.
You also look at it as an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is I have a new house and a new storage area.
Oh.
One storage area in the attic is just Christmas.
That's nice.
There's another side. On the other side of the house is all the other stuff.
Sure.
So I got to really organize it, and I got it exactly. I'll be able to find everything. Got rid of things that I wasn't using.
Yeah.
Oh, so use this opportunity to hey,
I
let's
absolutely
get
will.
this.
We're going to be over-organized this time.
Are you?
I was-
Notes to self?
I was pretty organized last time. I'm going to be over-organized this time.
Nothing wrong with
Especially since I had so much more stuff than I needed. I was like, okay, either we're going to go even bigger next year,
that. Wow.
or we're going to start stashing some of this stuff for the future use.
Yeah.
I can see one of two things happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go, hey, this went great and smooth come November or December when you're getting all the stuff out. Or you're going to go, man, I put that in really such a safe place that I can't find it.
Find it, yeah.
What did I do with that, I wonder?
That's a possibility.
Every one of my bins is clearly labeled. It's like,
That's
this
good.
is the living room, and this is the kitchen, this is the music room.
Wow, you
this
are
is the bedroom.
organized.
I'm crazy organized.
Mr.
when it comes to that
Organized.
stuff. Partly cloudy and 65 today is what we're looking at for a high cloudy and 66 tomorrow, and then Wednesday, a PC and 70 should be nice over all portions of today's show, brought to you by our friends at Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. If you have a tree that you need to take down or maybe just trim up, these are the guys that you want to call. Why? Because they're less expensive than the other guys. That's number one. They're more professional than the other guys. It's right there in the name, Alabama Tree Pros. They're fast, they're expert, they're safe. They're everything you want out of a tree company. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158, or online at alabamatreepros.com. They'll take it all the way down, grind up the stump. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured, they're everything you want out of a tree company. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. Let's dive in and do this, shall we?
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
I woke up in the middle of the night and checked my phone just to see what was going on and found out that we had invaded Venezuela. That was what, Saturday night?
I think
Or was it
Friday night into
Friday
Saturday
night into
Saturday morning.
Yeah. And then I kept waking up time and time again and checking the phone. Where are we now? We grabbed Maduro. Oh, look at this. All right. Oh, we're bringing him back. Oh, this is fantastic. Back to sleep. Okay. It was like getting news updates in my sleep. And I woke up on Saturday morning and I said, was that all a dream or did that actually? No, it actually happened. It was really more of a snatch and grab operation than it was an invasion or a starting a war. The leftists are driving me crazy. We're at war with Venezuela.
No, we're not.
We're not. We went in. We got Maduro. The VP, by the way, Maduro's VP is now in charge. She started off by being very defiant, and then within a few hours was like, but you know what? We can work together.
Yeah, you will work together. You will do as we say, or you will no longer
That's right.
be the head of Venezuela.
And did you see how quickly and easily we got that guy? The strong man, the one that was protecting you. Did you see how quickly we got him? Same thing's happening with you if you don't straighten out.
That's
there,
right.
Missy, let's go.
Yeah, let's hope it all works out.
The drugs that were running through there,
Yep.
not going to be happening anymore. The oil that they have done such a terrible job of pumping out of the ground and using.
Which,
is now,
by the way, Donald Trump is sending in some of our oil experts to
yeah.
go, hey,
Yeah.
you should be processing so much more. You should be doing so much better with this.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you put the government in charge of things.
Yeah.
They stink at it, So now you've got free enterprise coming in to help take care of that and really rebuild their economy, their oil-based economy, which will be fantastic. We're no longer going to have that be a crossroads with Iran and North Korea and Russia, who are all kind of using that as a leaping off point. And by the way, they're very close to Cuba as well. 32 Cubans died in our assault on the palace to get Maduro, which tells you that they were in charge of security, basically. They brought Cubans in to handle
To
the
do
security
that,
and did it
yeah.
very poorly, obviously.
Did
because
anyone know
we
that
get
prior
along
to
with the guy.
this, that Cuba was this tied in with Venezuela?
Marco Rubio did.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well,
I did
he's
not
kind
know
of
that.
entrenched in the
Yeah.
in that whole thing.
He knows a thing or two about it.
Yeah, he does.
He's also, Cuban. Not by, first generation American.
Right.
Deadly superbug is spreading across the U.S. as drug resistance grows, according to researchers. First identified in Japan in 2009, this fungus has reportedly reached at least 60 countries and dozens of U.S. states. They really don't have drugs that can beat this thing. They've
Which
got
is
drugs.
what's scary.
It is scary. They've got drugs that can kind of control it or can treat it, but you can't beat it, especially in resource-poor countries, which is where this thing is really taking hold. I started to wonder, wait, is this what I have? Because
No. Yeah,
I'm
this,
having trouble
the,
breathing here.
the real big concern is those that are at greatest risk. And they say in hospitals,
Mm-hmm.
critically ill, those on ventilators or weakened immune systems, they're
Mm-hmm.
the ones it's like if these people get this, half of them, they say, will pass away.
And they
because
say
they can't fight it.
the symptoms are kind of flu-like, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So you're talking about, vomiting, diarrhea, high fevers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You may have this and just be like, oh, it's just the flu. You don't know that
Yeah.
until you don't know that, And so anyway, keep an eye out for that and see your doctor if necessary. And Somalian fraudsters got themselves some luxury digs, a beachside resort, rented Rolls-Royce and Lamborghinis with their stolen funds. This out of Minnesota. The Somali fraudsters convicted in the Feeding Our Future scandal flaunted government-funded lifestyles and robust. Why does the ad suddenly pop up over the story now? Real estate portfolios with the millions of dollars they bilked from the federal government. It was, they're saying, on the order of perhaps as much as $9 billion
with a B.
dollars.
Yeah.
And this is once again where the left continues to confound because their new story now is there wasn't any fraud.
Oh.
This Nick Shirley guy, no. We checked all those places and they're all actual daycares. They're not.
No.
He didn't just go to the daycares in the middle of the day and say, I want to enroll my child here, which is what the video basically is. If you've seen the video, it's pretty funny. He's going there. There's nobody there. These are on weekdays, He's going there and talking to people who are there, and they're like, no, you can't enroll your child here. You're like, well, why
We're
not?
full. They'll go, we're full.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, where are the kids? There's not a single child inside any of these facilities.
Don't see any of the kids. Don't have any
No.
answers for you. Would like to know what's going on.
Talk about scamming the system.
Oh, my God.
I mean, Somalians figured this out, and
Yeah.
they had a little help. But and you wondered why the population was so great there? Well, because they're benefiting greatly from our system and using that system and using this as a scam to get all this money.
Yep.
It's just absolutely, I mean, good for this guy for doing this and pulling the cover back.
Yep.
Why is this private individual doing this? Why isn't our government looking at some of these funds?
Well, our government is now.
Now
The real
they
question
are.
is, why
Yeah.
wasn't the media
Jeez.
looking into any of this? The media should have been all over this. Instead, now the media is attacking him, Nick Shirley, and saying like, well, no, that's not true. And he went there in the middle of the day when of course, there weren't any kids there. What do you mean, of course, there weren't any kids there?
It's the middle of the day. Shouldn't
Yeah.
they be there?
You would expect there to be kids. In
Cars
the,
in
middle
the
of
parking
day
lot?
At a daycare.
Parents coming in and out of the building to drop off their kids?
He talked to neighbors who said, I've never seen a child or a car there. I've never seen a kid there. I've never seen anything happen there at all. And they spelled learning wrong. It
Yeah,
was the Leering
left off
Center.
the end.
Yeah, come on, get it together.
And then they changed it. They fixed it.
They fixed it.
put a new sign up. I'm like, oh, well, that says everything.
That'll change it. Yeah, boy. And then part of the problem is that A, Tim Walz is incompetent. B, there were folks who were aware that something funny was going on, but they were like, well, we don't want to call him on it because we might come across as racist. Fraud is fraud. I don't care what color the person perpetrating it is.
Nope, don't care your
They're
background. I don't
stealing-
care any of that.
They're stealing tax dollars, and you're concerned about that?
No.
You're concerned? Oh, well, we don't want to come across as racist.
How about this? I do want whatever it takes. You're doing something completely illegal. That's my tax dollars. That's your tax dollars.
That's right.
Well, what do we care?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really
Unbelievable.
that story that blew up, over these last week and a half is amazing.
I would like to see every single person who was involved in this. And there's already been a whole bunch. By the way, we should make this clear. This only became a national story over the course of the past week or two. It was a state story in Minnesota for quite some time, but they kept it under wraps. They really did not want this thing to blow up and go national. There have already been 50 convictions, 50 people, 78 indictments, 50 convictions so far in the state of Minnesota. And you still have leftists out there trying to claim there's no fraud. There's no fraud. 78 indictments, 50 convictions. Hello. Anyway, we'll give you more on that story as it continues to unfold. 6:16 with Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. Stick around. You notice the one thing that Three Dog Night does not do is stop and ask for directions to Shambhala. That's because they're guys, and they're just like, well, I'll find it. I know where it is.
Where is it?
I've been there before, okay?
Where's it at?
Look, that rock looks familiar. We've been this way. I know what I'm talking about.
Shambhala.
Somebody should actually write a song about asking directions to get to Shambhala.
I'd like to go there.
621 Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Dixon and Vining. We're also on television. It is youtube.com. Talk 99.5.
Real Talk.
I'm sorry, Real
Real
Talk.
Talk.
It's up there right there on the
Real
sheet.
Talk
It says Real Talk
99.5
995 TV.
That's where you can find us.
I'll just look up there next.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Come
Good
on.
morning.
Come on down.
How are you?
Be a part of it.
We'd love to see you.
Yeah. Thanks to all the people, by the way. I hear from a lot of people who do watch it,
Yeah.
which is, I'm like, okay, great. You know what I look like now.
Good morning.
Creepy.
Hello. That's how you do it.
Oh, that's it.
Say hello. Good morning. There we are. Hey, our good friends over at EcoView Windows and Doors want to make a big difference in your new year in 2026. Here we go. If you've been thinking about replacing those windows that were maybe originally with the house, maybe substandard, maybe not the best. How about premium quality replacement windows and doors for your home to get it looking great? And also through the winter months and the really hot summer months, you can help with those power bills and those gas bills to keep those bills down. That would be nice. A talk with Becky today. Brian and Becky Jackson, they're right here in Birmingham. You're not dealing with somebody on the phone that, I don't know, is maybe even out of the country talking to you about your new windows and doors. No, they live, work, and love this community, and that's what it's all about. Deal with somebody local like EcoView Windows and Doors at 407-8161. That's the number. If you call that number today, you're likely going to talk with Becky, and she'll walk you through the entire process, talk about all that is available, and schedule an appointment to maybe take a look at what is possible in your home. So think about it this year. This is a great time to do it. Get in touch with EcoView Windows and Doors today. Again, Brian and Becky Jackson. You can talk to them today at 205-407-8161 and ask for that free quote. That's 407-8161.
Okay, so you had the fam over for Christmas.
I did. My mom's from
actually
South Florida.
Post-Christmas, wasn't it? They
Yeah,
didn't come-
the day after.
Gotcha.
The day after Christmas.
Very
and
nice.
Sis and brother-in-law and nephew came over
Oh,
from
my gosh.
Atlanta, and so we had a full house.
Yeah, man.
It was full.
Yeah.
But it was great. We had a wonderful time.
Isn't
we
that
really
great?
did.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Too. I had a bunch of people over. A lot of cooking.
Lots.
Lot of like someone took a vacuum to my wallet. You're just like, whoa, where's all the money going?
Yeah, well,
Blew the budget wide
the
open.
bills are coming.
Yeah.
That's the part.
I paid as I went.
Did you? That's
I was
good.
just like, nope, I'm going to be broke, but I'll be happy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's good.
So, and then I ate leftovers the rest of the time
Yeah.
after they left and went home.
A lot of leftovers. And then I had to clean out the refrigerator yesterday, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
this is the part I hate.
I got to do that today.
Ugh.
I got to do that
This
today.
trash is coming this morning. I was
That's
like,
right.
I got to get it in the
Mhm.
man, oh man. And you hate that because, we tried our best to kind of go through. We
Right.
kept saying, we got to eat this food. Come on, y'all, make another sandwich, have another piece of ham and mac and cheese and
I actually,
pasta.
I out loud, I said, I'm going to cut this breakfast casserole recipe in half. And my company was like, no. I said, who is going to eat 12 eggs? They're like, we will.
Uh-huh.
They ate exactly half.
Wow.
Ate exactly half the breakfast
I made
casserole.
3 breakfast casseroles, one for Christmas morning,
Wow.
and then for the fam after the 26th, the morning of the 27th,
Yeah.
and did another one on the 28th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pre-do them, put them in the fridge, and then
exactly.
put them in the oven.
I'd never
and
made
it worked
one
out great.
I knocked it out of the park, man. We had steak Christmas Eve. We had breakfast casserole Christmas morning. We had ribs Christmas Day, and the next day we had some leftovers. Oh,
Oh,
man.
I bet.
It was beyond delicious.
Mm.
And Saturday, I was going to go see the Maverick Lounge series, Story of Steely Dan. And I contacted Mark Lantern, who was the guy who runs the thing. Genius, brilliant drummer, a professor in the University of Alabama system. He and Chris Kozak, who plays bass there. Anyway, I said, listen, you guys have used me as an MC before. Do you need me now? Or, do I need to buy tickets? And he's like, oh, you don't have to buy tickets, even if you're not the MC. Don't worry. We'll hook you up. You're in. I was like, great. He goes, remind me the day before the event. Okay. So the 26th, I texted him and said, here I am reminding you, I want 2 tickets to this event. And he goes,
We're sold out.
Jay Willoughby's got the flu. Do you think you could be the narrator?
What?
I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. All right.
So you did it?
I got pressed into service to be the narrator on the fly.
Wow.
showed up that night and did it. It was great, a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of cool people that I hadn't seen in a while. Alan Barlow, brilliant guitarist, and so many other great. Will Cash, just brilliant people. Alice Bargeron sings
I know
backup.
Alice, yeah. She's on one of the Christmas albums.
She is, absolutely.
CDs
yeah.
or whatever you want to call
I'm a
it.
little starstruck every time I'm around her because of that. Because I mean, I've been listening to her on that album for like 30 years. So when I run across her, I'm just like, oh, Alice Bargeron. I'm starstruck by all those guys. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Then went out of town for New Year's. Was going to come back New Year's Eve. Got talked into staying. So, Came
Nice.
home on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Instead, there was no traffic on New Year's Day.
Yeah, it was kind of light.
I was really surprised.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was
okay,
nice.
it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then came down with a crud about 2 days later. This
Man.
green gunk, and I'm like fighting it off as best I can. But I slept.
The sleeping will help you through that.
Friday.
And lots of water, water, water,
A
water,
lot
water,
of
water, water.
A lot of water mixed with bourbon, and no,
Maybe lemon
No.
and honey.
yeah,
A little bourbon maybe
little
wouldn't hurt
bourbon,
you.
lemon, honey.
Yeah. Speaking of
Microwave
bourbon,
that
is
up,
everybody going dry January?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
I was telling Richard that I remembered last year we did this, where it's like, okay, let's cut everything out, let's do something in the new year. And I was like going to do a dry January. And then the announcement of Nick Saban retiring happened. And I was like, well, I'm going to have a cocktail on that one. And that was kind of the end of it. But anyways, yeah, the goal is to, knock it all out.
Ate all the foods, drank all the drinks. I am so done. I just am finished. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
The house is clean aside from Christmas. I have
This
to take
house is
Christmas down.
clean. Yeah.
But I did manage to get like all the paper and the boxes and everything is gone. So the house is once again back to a semi-normal state after the Christmas that was just a free-for-all as paper flew everywhere. And it was,
I got everything put away. And then I looked on the kitchen counter, it was like, I had this little tray with a deer, and I was like, I forgot to put this away.
Oh, yeah.
So it was there's always just
Always
one
something.
more thing that you're like, I totally forgot about
There's
that.
always something. And you're like,
Or something in the
"Ah."
window, or ho, 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 or whatever it is. You're like, oh, no. So back up to the attic.
Oh, maybe climb all the way up to the attic to put this one thing away.
One more thing.
I don't want to go all the way up to the attic to put this one thing away.
But anyways, I hope
Oh.
everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year, and everybody's happy, healthy, and moving on in 2026.
Yeah.
Well,
Steve worked throughout the entire time, so you must have had you didn't have to be here Christmas Day, though, did you?
No, he
No,
was
huh.
he was here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
and then we had we were given a couple of extra
Yeah.
days off.
Before Christmas, I was only here on Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then off the last couple of days. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get the schedule from the last 3 weeks to just go all year.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Yeah,
Might
how
have
do
to
I
talk to our
I'll
CEO.
get that 4-day week going? That's what I'm really
yeah,
after.
that was pretty sweet. It
Yeah.
really
And
was
that
nice.
in
this
the
year.
last 3 weeks, I haven't even worked a 4-day week. I've only worked a 3-day week tops.
Very
Wow.
nice. Very, very nice.
Man,
Yeah,
I want your schedule.
This is going to be a kick in the face.
Trust
to
me,
you.
I want my schedule too. How can I get that?
You're going to be in pain by Thursday. You're going to be like, what
Probably.
again?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Which is
here?
why I'm not going to stop
I'm
drinking.
telling you, when
Why?
Wednesday arrives, we'll be like, "In the week over yet?
Yeah, it should
what do
be.
you mean? We got 2 more
Why are we
days?
still here? I finally, I never really appreciated or understood retirement.
Oh,
12 days
that,
not
that,
coming
that,
into work. I was kind of like, I could get used to this. But then Maduro happened and
Yeah.
Venezuela happened.
and we're all kicked
And I was
back
like,
in.
I need a microphone. Somebody give me a microphone. I have to talk about this, mostly about the Democrat response to it, which is
They
what
are
I find
losing their mind.
hilarious.
Yeah.
We are now on the side of narco-terrorist dictators. These are the same people that were at a No Kings rally a few weeks ago.
Think about that.
And now they're
for a
all
minute.
like, how dare you take this dictator who cheated and lied through his last election and stayed in office.
I think they forgot already, Richard.
yeah.
They did. They forgot.
No, they were fighting tooth and nail, claiming Donald Trump was cheating to try to stay in office. Maduro actually demonstrably cheated to stay in office, and these people are like, you put him back in there where he belongs.
6:34. Good morning, everyone. It's Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Glad you're with us. We are now on YouTube. If you would like to follow us, you can do that at Real Talk 99.5 TV. That's Real Talk 99.5 TV. Check us out there, and glad you're with us. Now that we're all back together, the new year is hit. A great time to get in touch with my good friend Daniel over at Noble Contractors. You know, so many times, things will happen. If you're a homeowner, there's constantly, I need a guy for this, or I need a gal for this. Whatever's going on at your house, especially when it comes to things that are as important as when we talk about downspouts and different things for your home when it comes to gutters. Sometimes you say to yourself, well, I don't know, I don't have a gutter person. Who do I call? Here's a great idea. Just store this number in your phone. Anytime you have an issue with gutters, Daniel at Noble Contractors is who you want to contact. 205-422-3034 is his number. Give him a call today. Tell him that you're a Talk 99.5 listener, and you will get a 10% discount on those gutters. And maybe you had some time over the holidays. We did have some warm days. You got out and about. There's leaves that are jammed into that gutter. You've been wanting the gutter covers. Absolutely. Noble Contractors has the gutter covers for those gutters. So get in touch with Daniel today. Maybe make a change in your home and get those covers on those brand new gutters. And I'm telling you, you will be very, very delighted at the price that he gives you on that free estimate. Go ahead and get other estimates. And when it's all said and done, you're likely going to go with Noble Contractors. Daniel, wonderful guy in town right here in Birmingham. Check out Facebook to see some of his work there. Visit his website, noblecontractorsala.com. Here's his number again, stored in your phone, 205-422-3034.
All right, Maduro's on his way to a New York City courtroom right now where he is facing charges, basically narco-terrorism. There's a lot of stuff involved in this, including bribery, selling of visas to people, diplomatic visas, so that they were able to transport drug money back and forth under diplomatic immunity. Really just a whole bunch of stuff that just adds up to being he's a really bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to run him through the court system. His lawyers are going to claim that immunity, oh, no, he's a sovereign leader of a nation. You're not allowed to do this. Of course, ignoring the fact that they cooked the books in the 2024 election in a big way. He didn't win.
No, he pretty much admitted to that.
Yeah.
He knew that he did not win that election.
He got about 30% of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
70% of the people voted for the competition there, whose name I can't remember. It's a female. Machado, I want to say, something like that. Anyway,
that's Maria Corina Machado is who that was.
That, by the way, is not the first election that he gamed. You go back to the previous one, which I want to say was 6 or 8 years before, and they had a group of people that went down to act as observers. It was part of a deal that he had cut, that he was like, oh, no, we'll have observers. You guys send observers down, and you can see. And they did. And the observers came back and said, yeah, he totally cheated, but we were afraid that if we called him on it, the unrest in the street and the deaths that would result would be, so terrible that we decided not to call him on it. What? Why have observers if you're not going to call him on the fact that he... So 2 elections in a row the guy gamed in order to win. This last one, he basically sent gunmen to polling places and said, when Maduro's in the lead, you stop counting. And he won. There you go. The end. That's how that works. So he's not the duly elected leader of this country by any stretch of the imagination. And that is why we're able to go get him. And that's why we're kind of able to get the vice president to dance to the tune that we're playing, because she's not duly elected either.
No, she's not. But, at least she understands, look, if I don't cooperate with the U.S. and do what they're telling me to do, then the same situation, they'll come after her. They'll get her out of there.
She's being referred to as an interim leader because what's going to happen here is they're going to actually have free and fair elections.
Wouldn't that be just a grand old idea there? It'd be really, really nice.
A whole new concept.
Yeah.
Even for states around here like Pennsylvania and Michigan. We'll see how that turns out. It could be Machado. It could be somebody else. Who's going to be running? Everyone puts their name in the hat, and then we'll see who actually ends up as the president of Venezuela. But there's nothing worse. It's a horrible thing, let's put it that way, to watch a country that is loaded with natural resources circle the drain because of socialism.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what you saw happen in Venezuela. Venezuela used to, at one time, be a very wealthy, very successful, very free country. That was before Hugo Chavez. Now, remember this. The people of Venezuela willingly elected Hugo Chavez. They elected a socialist, and he took to it like a duck to water. Are you listening, New York City?
Yeah. Well, again, just let that play out. They'll finally figure out their way.
But look how long it's taken. It's taken 26 years in Venezuela. 26 years in Venezuela to get from Hugo Chavez, as they worked, he worked his way through. He changed the Constitution so they could run for more than 2 terms, right? That was a big thing. And then he died in the midst of, I think it was his 3rd term, and handed things off to this loser, Maduro. And Maduro then continued to game elections even after the people got tired of him, and continued to drive the country into the ground. Socialism, if you don't understand, is where the government controls the means of production. So they went in and they took over all of the oil production in the country of Venezuela. A lot of it was being done by United States companies. A lot of it was being done. Citgo gets a lot of oil out of Venezuela. Anyway, a lot of it being done by United States companies, and they just swept in. They went, nope, not anymore. We now own all of this. And then they proceeded to do a terrible job of running the oil companies to the point where the infrastructure started to rust. Oil was not coming out of the ground at the same clip. They couldn't refine it. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have anybody who really had any skill in this area. And that's how socialism works. It happens that way every single time. And the next thing you know, there's no food on the shelves. Scarcity becomes a pretty common thing. You begin to have increasing crazy inflation so that nobody can actually afford anything. And the people of Venezuela end up eating zoo animals and rabbits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here's finally the opportunity, and Donald Trump knows this better than anybody, that, as you said, Venezuela, you can completely change this around, and it should go back to the way that it was. And that is that get some oil manufacturers in there, get the people that know how to run these oil facilities, and get it back up to where it was. Because right now it's like nowhere near where it should be. Let's get it back up and running. Let's get the economy, and let's get some leadership in there to run Venezuela as it should be. Get the socialist out. Maduro is going to be out, and then find out who's going to be the replacement.
Yeah.
And, get Venezuela back to being prosperous. And I think it's very doable, but you need to be careful, because through time, if it's not managed, then somebody else is going to step in, like another Maduro, and here we go again.
I mean, it's biblical stuff. Once you remove the bad spirit, you got to fill it with something good, okay? Otherwise, you leave a vacuum there, and bad things happen. This is why I'm suggesting Lane Kiffin. I think he's ready for the job. He's the man. He's ready to step in. I think he can run the place. I believe he can.
How about Ole Miss, huh? Speaking of that.
Oh, my goodness.
That was amazing.
Wow, yeah, we're going to talk about that with
football.
Molly Robinson
We'll
coming up in a couple of hours. That was going to be wonderful. But yeah, and by the way, how this is being handled by our media, who are like, what gives you the power to do this? We have these guns. Did you see the guns? We have guns, and we're threatening them, basically, but we're threatening them for good. We're threatening them for positive. We're threatening them and saying, you guys need to straighten out. And I don't know if you've noticed the people of Venezuela dancing in the streets.
Yeah, signs and parades and everything else.
Hello.
They're so excited.
They are delirious
because
with
they know
joy.
their way of life is going to change for the better. They've been living, everything has just gone down the tubes with Maduro, and it's getting worse, and they realize that, and that's why this last election, he lost. They hated what was going on in their country. They hated it. They're like, we should not be here. And this man is doing a terrible job, and he's running this country into the ground, and that's why they voted the way that they did. So, the people there, they're partying in the streets because they know where Venezuela is headed with the help of the U.S. right now.
Now, I'll throw this in as an aside. Venezuela was already at a tipping point. They were already in trouble. We were taking out their drug boats. We captured a couple of, 2, 3 of their tankers. And we were like, we're cutting off your money supply. You guys are no longer allowed to play in this playground. We won't let you do it any longer. And we're the biggest, baddest mamma jamma on the block, so we're going to take care of this. Now, there's another country that is teetering on the brink right now that kind of fell out of the news because of Venezuela, but Iran is in crisis.
Yep.
Iran's economy is collapsing upon itself. The leadership there no longer has the fear and respect of their people, and so they're like next to go. The problem is we're not in their hemisphere.
Yeah, and
We
I'm
need-
not sure we
yeah.
want to be.
Oh, no.
But
no.
yes,
It'd be
all
nice if
eyes.
there was somebody over there who could kind of pull a U.S. and step in and go, let's fix this thing and fix it for the better, because the Iranian people deserve better as well. But, and then, by the way, Cuba is also in a state of disarray.
It has
because-
been for a long time.
quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while. So who knows? Could you imagine regime change on 3 fronts under Donald Trump?
Well, it's very possible. Again, he's had 3 more years.
Yeah.
Potentially he could do that. And you know that if you're the leader in Cuba or Colombia or any, you're like, oh, are we next? Oh no!
every dictator's sphincter
Right
puckered
now
up a
is like,
little bit on Friday
"Ooh,
night.
he
They're
wasn't-
like, oh,
He wasn't
oh."
playing around. The other interesting part about this going in and getting Maduro was that there were about 3 or 4 days prior to when they actually did this Friday night into Saturday morning that they were talking about doing it, but the weather wasn't right.
Yeah,
So this has been in the works for quite some time.
I thought it was fascinating.
I did
They
too.
were
I
like,
did.
yeah, you know what? Well, and they practiced. They had mock-ups and all this stuff. They had a guy on the inside who was telling them Maduro's every movement. What do you think? Like his valet or something?
Yeah.
Was using
Well,
the
he
shoe
was-
phone to get.
He
in
was
touch
headed
and
to
that?
the safe. He was headed to the safe room, and they got to that door before
They
he could
grabbed
shut
him.
it and grabbed him. And yeah, that stuff made for movies.
He was
right
wearing a
there.
Hello Kitty pajama. A lot of
And
people
his
don't know this yet.
wife
Hello
in
Kitty
tow.
We allowed him to put on sweatpants before because we didn't want him to be. We said we don't want you to be embarrassed. Stop crying.
Put the
Stop crying,
blinders
Maduro. You
on,
don't have to cry. It's
the
okay.
headphones. It was great.
646 Dixon the Vining Talk 99.5. Stick around. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. Talk995.com, 6:50 our time. Denson and Fuller, my insurance agents. I love them. They're on Crescent Avenue in Homewood. They're local. They're independent. They work for you and not for some big company. So when you have a claim, you know you're getting the straight skinny from Denson and Fuller. 414-1476, 414-1476, or online at densonandfuller.com. Sloss Furnace, got a little graffiti over the weekend.
What a shame.
Man?
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I love Sloss Furnaces.
I have loved it for years and years. My daughter and I used to go play around there. We lived pretty close, so we'd ride our bikes over, and it wasn't like it wasn't as structured as it is now. You know, they have all these tours and things.
It's a real
but back
museum.
Then, yeah,
Yeah.
we used to just show up and play on the equipment, get ourselves some nice tetanus. It was wonderful.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but somebody decided to go ahead and do some tagging, and they said it's going to cost thousands of dollars to get this
Graffiti.
graffiti
off there.
cleaned off of the powerhouse. It's kind of funny because you're like, things been around for 100 years. A little spray paint's going to hurt it? No, the cleaning process is what's going to hurt it.
You got to
know?
pressure wash it
Yeah.
and use chemicals and things to get it off of there. And again,
Mhm.
you know, that it's not going to kill it, but it's deteriorating some of the
Oh, yeah.
you know, some of the outside of the building. And you say, well, how does that happen? Well, over time you keep doing that, and the mortar and everything else that's holding it all together, it hurts it. And why somebody would do this is just a little head shaking. It's like, come on, y'all. We've got something pretty neat over there. If you've seen what they've done with it, they've done a great job. There's a lot of events that are held there that are outside. You know, different festivals and music festivals. I've been at several of those, and it's just a neat place. And why somebody would do this,
It's not even an attractive tag.
Nah.
You know, you didn't even do a very good job. It's not very pretty. But I love the tone that the organization did
yes.
when they came out with this statement. To our writer, tagger community, we admire public art, and Sloss Furnaces even held a graffiti art exhibition here years ago. This week, you broke a trust that you've respected on our historic site for many years. Most of what you see is nearly 100 years old, and there's nothing like it in the United States. It will cost us thousands of dollars to remove this tag, and it could damage the powerhouse in the process. If you know the person who did this, tell them it wasn't okay. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like we're not mad. We're just disappointed. We're so disappointed in you.
And I wonder, too, if they have cameras in and around Sloss Furnaces, if they can maybe figure out who this individual is.
They might have a few.
Yeah.
They could. It's possible. I don't know.
Well, and but I think whoever did this didn't understand. They couldn't have possibly. They did not understand the destruction that they were doing to this, and they probably didn't care.
I think many of them do not care. But I can tell you there's a train yard not far away, and those cars are just big canvases you can work on all day.
Knock yourself out.
And people-
but not to this building.
No, come on, leave Sloss alone, man. This is
Not cool.
there you go. Not
Thank
cool.
you. Not
hear
cool.
that, man?
Yeah. Hey, man.
It's not cool,
It's
man.
not cool. Knock it off.
Yeah. What do you think you're doing?
It wasn't okay, Richard.
I saw that. Have we? I haven't even looked to see if we got any texts so far this year.
Oh, me too. Hello.
545-9950. If you'd like to drop us a text line, please.
Trying to
feel
get
free
to, in the
uh,
groove.
Yeah, we'd love it if you could little something here.
Send us a little something, something.
Let's
Let
see.
us know you're alive.
Sean says, the wife and I went to the zoo last week, and boy, what a disappointment.
Oh, no.
I haven't been there since the 90s when I used to have a membership and went almost every weekend. And
Was the
been hearing
lights
about
thing still going?
all the great changes. I don't know.
Huh.
All the great changes they made. I can see there's changes, but was less than impressed. Honestly, the only major change was this massive elephant enclosure and newer outdoor spaces for the rhinos and the hippos, assuming they have those, and we didn't see them. We didn't see a gorilla, tiger, snow leopard, mountain lion, eagle, seals, etc. The seal enclosure's gone. The polar bear enclosure's gone. And the primate house has a jaguar in it. The predator house was mostly empty, and it all looked dated. And these are new in the 90s. I know weather plays a factor, but it was a beautiful, warm day, a huge letdown to be sure, and I hope they do better in the future. Sean
Wow.
giving the zoo a bad Yelp
Yeah,
review.
That
Oh.
is a terrible grade right there.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
I have
sorry
a great,
to hear
I have
that.
a great zoo joke, but I can't tell it on the air.
Yeah, don't do that.
A lot of folks texting about what was going on with Maduro. Nicolas Maduro and Venezuela and all. Somebody's got us on their big screen over the fireplace. Why are you
Wow,
doing that?
really?
This is your idea of a happy morning?
Man, I'm jealous.
What is wrong
Huh?
with you?
Wish we could be there near the fireplace.
It does look nice, doesn't
That'd
it?
be nice.
Looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Greg says, "Thank God you two are back."
Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Well, Greg, you know what? We're
appreciate it.
refreshed. We're ready to go for
That's
2026.
our story, and we're sticking to it.
Well, today we have a little bit of a brain fog, so bear with us.
Uh-huh.
It'll get better with each day this week.
Mm-hmm.
We hope.
Yeah. I don't know about you, because I didn't look, but I did not post one thing on social media during the entire 12 days we were gone.
The only thing I posted was Maduro. I put that on our on the Talk 99.5 social media sites.
Okay, that does make
Because that was kind of big news.
Yeah, I got a message from somebody yesterday going, "I'm hoping that you're okay and we're taking a break." I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
all. I was
it's
just
the
taking a break. It's
holidays.
cool." I made a conscious decision that I wasn't doing jack online. I think I may have commented on a couple of people's statements, but usually just something funny. I don't get involved in the political conversations on Facebook or on X any longer. But I did re-X, if you call it that.
Re-X?
Re-X.
Yeah.
Somebody, I think it was Trump actually, yeah. I think Trump who actually had the footage of Maduro saying, "Well, if you want me, you better come get me.
Well, he did.
Hurry up, coward." And then
you know, this probably really needed to happen the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you wanted maybe Maduro just to give up and say, "Look, I'm going to leave the country with my wife and my family, and we're going to go about our merry way." Instead, he dug his heels in, and it's a prime example of what this country and our military and Donald Trump is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're either going to cooperate or this is what's going to happen. And they, with precision, and you just think about what we did in order to pull off what we did on Friday night into Saturday morning. That was incredible. I mean, just incredible.
I would point you back to when we went into Iraq looking for weapons of mass destruction, which eventually we did find. People, that is one of the biggest lies that is still being told now, is that they did find weapons of mass destruction and they classified it, which is like, what are you doing? And George W. Bush was asked about it, like, why do you think they classified this? He said, I don't know, they classify everything. You know, it's almost a knee-jerk reaction. But yes, they did find WMDs and immediately classified it as being top secret and nobody could know. So then the story was, oh, they didn't find any WMDs. They found lots of them. Anyway, they went in, they attacked, and like 2 days later, Muammar Gaddafi in Libya went, I have some. Do you guys want them? Here, take them. Here, take what we have. I mean, he was so terrified that we were going to pull the same stunt with him that he just, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm up.
yeah.
We give up. Take it, which was fascinating. So I think you're going to have other dictators look at this and go,
Well, and
They might wanna
especially if
change their
Donald
evil
if Donald
ways.
Trump says something to them about that, like, look, you need to change this or this, they're going to take him at his word now. I mean, this helped to solidify that, and whether you're the leader in Cuba or Colombia or you know. You know that every single one of them is concerned about this because they may be next.
being Maduro'd. It's going to be it's going to
Maduro'd.
become a verb.
Yeah, I don't wanna be
At some point.
Maduro'd.
I don't want to be Maduro'd. Don't Maduro me, man. That would be hilarious.
It would be.
And yes, as much as the left wants to claim that this is
you didn't run this through Congress. You need to run it through Congress.
You know what else we didn't run through Congress?
Yeah.
Remember when we went into Kosovo?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't run that through
Yeah.
Congress.
Well, and Trump said it during the speech to the nation, talking about if we had done that, guess what? We would have never pulled off this
Right.
entire thing because
Exactly.
the word would have gotten out because the left can't keep their mouth shut
True story.
when it's something like this. They're like, oh, look, somebody call Maduro. Let him know we're on our way.
Adam Schiff would have
Yeah,
squealed.
absolutely.
Adam Schiff's a weasel. He would have squealed.
Shh.
Couldn't help himself.
That's why you can't do it.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. 7 o'clock with Dixon and Vining. Your thoughts are always welcome. 545-9950. Oh, man. Coming up in the next hour, the very first Jeff joke of the year.
Uh-huh. He said, this is for Richard.
I
I
haven't
guess
read
everyone
it yet.
else is excluded
I haven't
from
read
the
it yet.
joke.
I haven't even looked at it. Haven't
What's
even
up with
glanced
that,
at it
Jeff?
yet.
This first Jeff joke of the year is for Richard.
Uh-huh. All right.
Well, we can't use it on the air then if it's for you.
Maybe not. We'll see.